way of dealing with today's Monday, and we're going to have some fun now. I have a Trickster build to make, and we're going to go through that and do a few Goblet of Trial quests. That was my basic plan for tonight. Just doing some link spreading, and then I'm there for you entirely. Okay, so my Inquisitor from the last few times, hey Rusty, welcome, nice to meet you, was working out really good. I grinded out a lot of brimstone with that, and I had a jolly good time with that. So today we're going to change our specialization to the Trickster. My specialization list is now finally at a point where I'm really happy with it. Hi Hyoran, welcome. And I think I pretty much unlocked everything except for the Fanatic, because I haven't found out where to acquire the creatures he needs. Because if I wanted to go for the Trickster, or no, the Fanatic, I need a creature from the Avatar race. I guess that's some god token thing. Yeah, if anybody knows what I need for that, feel free to. And I hope everybody here had a nice day. For me, it was a really exhausting day. But yeah, in a good way, after all, in a good way. So, Trickster. Mainly had to fight with the leftovers of my cold, but I'm really feeling a lot better now. Hey Joe, welcome! Nice to see you. So, some of the tier 2 or tier 3 costumes look really cool. Oh yeah, can't wait to unlock more of them. I only have a few for the Necromancer. Turns out unlocking these ain't that easy. Okay, so I'm going to run with the usual thing. We're going to explore the perks of that class first together, and then I'm going to select a few creatures which I think would be fitting for that, and yeah. Tribalist up to 3 and Blood Mage 2. I thought they would come after you did enough realm quests with that character class. I thought that was a thing of progression. Okay, now, perks. Let's check it out. Bafflement. Enemies are afflicted with confused. I can't stack that up for every enemy present. At the start of normal battles, you have a chance to instantly kill a random enemy. Nice. Trickster stuff. After your creature is dodged, they have a chance to afflict disarmed. I have to check out how disarmed works. Codex. Here. Lose the benefits from their equipped artifact. Okay. Pretty powerful. Definitely pretty powerful. Because every enemy has some sort of artifact equipped. Hidden Hand. Your artifact's spell slots have a chance... additional chance to be cast. Oh, these are... I think these are some trick slots, or however they called for the gems. Intent to kill. When an enemy would dodge your creature's attacks, the dodge chance is re-rolled an additional time. Yeah, well, that's rather meh. At the start of battle, the first creatures in your party gain invisible. Now we're talking. Pilfer. At the start of battle, your creatures steal a random spell gem from a random enemy. Yeah. Such wacky things. When your creatures attack while the target is afflicted with disarmed, the target's artifact's stat slots are applied to your creature for all effects that relate to that attack. Okay. Crazy. This is a pretty complicated wording, but I do understand why, because there are certain effects that make it so that your attacks scale off of other stats, so it does make sense. When your creatures attack and their attack would fail to deal critical damage, reroll of the critical chance. Whenever it is one of your creature's turns, any random effects that fail to occur are re-rolled an additional time. So manipulating chances is a thing of that class, definitely noticed that. At random times during battle, your creatures have a chance to cast a random ethereal spell gem from their spell list. Ethereals, help me out here. Aren't these produced by generous gems? I think everything temporary is a ethereal spell gem. Your creatures deal more damage while they're invisible, so that's the second thing, which is interacting with invisibility here. Your creatures' attacks ignore defenses. Your artifacts' trick slots are more powerful. After your creature's attack, they gain proficient. What's proficient? Now that's going to be a really, really wacky situation. Don't know what to do out of that. Invisibility sounds like something I want to go for, but apart from that, the Trickster seems to interact quite much with artifacts. I didn't expect that. I somehow expected a spell gem heavy class. Okay, proficient creatures gain more benefits from their artifact stat slots. Okay. Artifacts. Good thing that I farmed up so much brimstone. So let's get over that one more time. Definitely, I mean, starting out fights with confused enemies is just awesome. No discussion about that. And Night Stalker and Stratagem are definitely things I want to have. That's for sure. I mean, that's 100% more damage while we're invisible. We're starting out invisible, and the enemy is confused. Give me that Alpha Strike. Now, let's check out our summoning chances. I think there are a lot of creatures available which interact in one way or another with invisibility. And apart from that, we can go for things that interact with artifacts. Proficient is a thing, and disarm is a thing. Hey, slimes. Didn't slimes go around with, work around with, disarm a lot? The confused thing is probably my favorite out of the skills. Oh yeah. I agree with that, Huron. I agree with that. Here. So, with that one, we can steal from disarmed enemies the traits, and wasn't there another one? Here. After the creatures dodge, they have a chance to afflict the enemy with disarmed. Yeah, okay. So, your artifact spell slots. I have to check out what kind of spell slots these are. I need to understand what's going on there. Well, since I'm not a massive fan of this game, I'll probably head out. Yeah, Rusty, no problem, mate. I just felt like something chill, something easy for tonight. Probably gonna do something different tomorrow. And have a nice evening, mate. So, upgrading these here. That's the symbol we need. Okay, so we can... Wait a sec, is that really the symbol I'm looking for? Or, let's check out one of these. But yeah, okay. Pretty confusing character class. So these spell slots have a additional chance to be cast. Your artifacts spell slots. Now things make more sense. Now, empty spell slot. So we can slot in... now I get it. So we can slot in any spell gem into the artifacts we got there. And usually you just insert it into that slot, and I think the creature just gets to use that spell. But with this perk, we're allowed to additional chance to be cast. Not sure about this interaction though. Man, this is complicated. So, I mean, the easiest way would be to try it out, but at the same time, it's a lot of brimstone just to try something out. 176k of brimstone took me quite some time to acquire these. So let's leave out that perk for now and just leave that be. I mean, insta-kill chance. This is a 100% chance to kill one enemy at the beginning of a fight. Sure thing, why not? So... okay. Start of battle, my creatures steal a random spell gem. That would make a ethereal gem. And I want to have that because this just sounds like a ton of fun. Defense ignorance is also super powerful. And my artifact's trick slots are more powerful. Let's check out what's living on these slots. It's one thing I really love about these specializations. They really give me an intent to learn all these things. And ooh, yeah, okay, there's a lot of things we can just amplify. Okay. We can amplify these slots by 25%, and proficient is just a really nice to have thing. Okay, after my creatures dodge, they gain a chance to disarm enemies. That's pretty cool. I'm not sure how many critters I will have that will use this, but it's definitely worth to have that. So, Prey also want to have that. And never is one of your creatures' turns. Yeah, well, okay. Let's leave the other ones. And now let's get into the creature selection phase. Okay. I was really looking forward to the Trickster class since quite some time, because there's a lot of stuff going on with that one. So let's see what kind of critters we will pick up for that. I really had to stop playing the Inquisitor because he was that super powerful, actually. I started to grow bored of it. Wanted to have something less powerful to progress. So Inquisitor is really, really fun and powerful. From the top of my head, slimes. Yeah, I was thinking about... that was my first idea as well. Carbuncles. They are all about total number of spells, not interested in that. They're all about killing stuff. Carvers, no. Centaurs, they're attack focused. So Cerberus interacts with spell gems passively. These guys punish enemies for all sorts of dodges. Cockatrices are just weird. They have all manner of different skills. And not really interested in those. Blubarian. After this creature is attacked, it afflicts the enemy with disarmed. After an enemy is inflicted with disarmed, they're going to be afflicted with scorned or silenced. Gains the trait from an enemy's artifact trait slot. I think we have a winner here. Enemies that are disarmed have a chance for the attacks to fail. Artifacts spell slots are ignored. And yeah, I'd say this is some really, really effective squad for a Trickster. I'd say I'll start with this suite of units here and try them out a bit, and then I guess I will try out what to fuse into them. They are concoctions. Interesting. Alright, I was looking forward to use those slime monsters. Never had a fitting class for that. And there comes the Trickster. Okay, let's upgrade these. All my blobs here. Nice. Bam. So, how is their character? A bashful little sludge chemist. Brutal mystery mucus. Okay. The gentle blobarian. I like that one. Miracle of modern science. Okay. We don't have any too exciting things here on these critters to begin with. So let's remove artifacts. I'll really just go in with a basic kit. Let's check out this guy. He's good at defense. So, well, it's not really good. So, let's just go for swords. And this one receives a staff. This one as well. Just want to check out which of these are good spellcasters and which are good fighters. This one goes also rather into the spellcasting niche. And this one is also more about attack. Oh well, let's rather take this one. Okay, well, let's just go down there and do a easy level. Let's check out what it does. Pretty sure I'm doing it wrong, but you know, I need to check out a fight before I can do anything. So yeah, that works out quite decently. They're all confused and we're all invisible. We got some insane alpha strike. And then we all turn into, we all go proficient. Oh no, it's that enemy again. At 95%, this thing is always invisible as long as it's not hurting itself. Oh no, what we're going to do. Oh dang, I hate this critter. Okay, to beat these enemies I really need to equip spell gems. Okay. Okay.
You're welcome.
Thanks for the follow, Cerno. Nice to have you here. Okay, we need to create new spell gems. And probably something about that invisibility. All creatures take a massive amount of damage. Yeah, well. Chaos bolts. Wasn't that the thing with the planets? Yeah, enemies take a large amount of damage. Hey there, mate. Panic attack. Pandemonium. Well, I think I'll go for a few servings of planets. One of my favorite spells to use. If everything else fails, you just drop some planets on your enemies. It's a solid strategy. Always has been, always will be. Okay. Good thing that we met this enemy right away. I'm pretty sure I won't be meeting that thing again now for the next few runs. I mean, it is certainly fun to look at your enemies pretty much destroying themselves at the beginning of the fight before you do anything to them. One of them is dead already when you start out, and the other guys are very likely to hurt each other. I wonder what we would be best to fuse these guys with. Yeah, I wonder that too. How's everyone's days going? Yeah, well, today I had a pretty exhausting day, honestly. But I'm way less ill than the last few days, and I'm very, very grateful for that. Because it was just, well, I had a really harsh cold the last few days. And my nose is finally free again. It's really cool. Bang! Go that. Take that. We might be scorned, but we're not silenced. And yeah, somehow I had to convince my parents-in-law that when the third wave of COVID-19 is upon us, it might be not the best time to visit us during the Easter time. Man, that was really hard. They were like, come on, that risk, we're going to take that risk. And I'm like, no, I don't want to take that risk. Well, I guess my wife finally convinced them that there's another time to be going for that, but I really don't know. That was one of the weirdest things ever. When you have to convince people that should be, well, more careful than you about being careful. Don't know. But apart from that, my day was great. Just a little bit exhausting. Yo, they're just killing each other perfectly. Fine. So, well, I don't like what I'm playing here so far. This looks also undefined. This is just get in there and basic attack. And I'm doing alright, but it's not about me. Seems like an interesting game. Siralim Ultimate is a wonderful game. It's like a sandbox monster breeding combat game with lots and lots of variable ways to go. I mean, we almost I don't see any sustain on this team. Just a lot of damage and a really strong entry. So I really feel like I need to play more around the spell gems and the artifacts in that one. Right now I'm not using any too exciting artifacts. So that's going to be my first step when I get back home to take a look-see on that. Because right now, well, I mean, I start out those fights and they can't attack me. And they're all just very likely to attack each other. But yeah, past that, why is that thing just not dying? The smiths and crafters are a big favorite for me. Yeah, I was already thinking that maybe the smiths are also a thing to fuse into this squad, because, you know, with that high synergy with the artifacts, I feel like that could be really a good thing to go for. The Smiths, yeah, they are a good band, that's true too. I really do like the music from them as well. So, we are stealing spell gems from our enemies. They are very strong to fuse into any party. Yeah, sure. I mean, the Smiths are definitely just amping up the power of all the artifacts there. So I think it comes quite naturally that they are a good fit to all manner of different things. So let's check out what we can do here. I mean, I see that I have stupidly strong attackers here. But let's check out the traits. So, after this creature is attacked, it afflicts the enemy with disarmed. I definitely should put this critter on a permanent provoke, because I want that guy to be attacked as much as possible. So, we need that combo to scorn and silence the enemy. And here, this would steal traits. And this guy is maybe the least useful of this squad. I find that pretty replaceable. That's all disarm synergy. Enemies, artifacts, spell slots are ignored. So these two are very replaceable, I'd say. And enemies that are disarmed cannot dodge or deal critical damage. Okay, so we got two team slots to fill up here. Yeah, definitely don't see too much use in these units. Okay, let's head back home. If I find the teleporter, that is. Ah, here. Okay, then we're going to deposit the warrior and the sludge chemist. Because I don't really feel like their traits are really that vital for my cause. No. We're going to equip the pure defense artifact here for this guy, since he's a provoke tank. So let's socket something here. Let's go for a pure health gem. And I want to have mending on damage. I hope that on damage also works when they get damaged, but well, it would be really stupid if not. And plus that mending, I want to have what? Protected on damage. Hey Pop, welcome. No worries, mate. It's all cool. I'm very, very happy to see you guys. Defensive on damage. Invisible on damage. Really wonder how these work. Warded. Sorcery strength. So, well, I don't want invisibility on this guy, so let's go for rebirth, because that's just stupidly strong. Okay, so that's the shield for our critter here. Has he equipped it? Okay. Now, let's find two other creatures for this combo. I'd really love to have something or somebody which interacts with invisibility properly, because invisibility is a feat I have available. My new server motherboard turned up today. Hooray! Speaking of server, I'm really looking forward to the new Factorio server, and I'm really interested in the new project we're doing there, and I was wondering if you guys would mind if I would stream some gameplay there, or if you want to keep it private. I'd really like to know that. Crusaders. Oh well, they're not that interesting. Makers. No. The demigods aren't that interesting. Devils are just specialists against certain units. Stream it if you like. Was possibly considering doing that as well. Even better, Joe. Even better. Because I really love the way our community grows and develops, and this is due to you fine people in the end. I might have started it, but you guys did pick up on that. So, if at least one of this creature can cast without consuming charges, if at least one of its non-ethereal spell gems have 0 charges. Okay. If this creature provokes... No, Jinn are not my cup of tea here. Abaddon Guard. That's damage reduction. Dragon Guardian. We need something that interacts with something like invisibility. Dumpling, Nugget, what the heck? I don't even want to know right now. Ends. No. Bone Scrapers. Gargantuan. Hey Cognito, welcome! Nice to see you here. Hope you had a nice day so far. Gargoyles. No. Ghouls, giants. I know that these don't really work well. What? After this creature is killed, it reveals the creature that was haunting it. Hey Sylvie, hi there! So, Golem, Regal Golem. Gorgons, they're all about stone effects. Good against or with stoned enemies. Huh. Grimoires. Well, starting out the battle with Arcane. I love that effect. It's one of my favorite effects in general. But, well, hounds, hunters, imlers, imps. Well, no. Inquisitors, they're all about minions. Kolos. Well, no. Max health seems to be their thing. Leeching. Yeah, well. Lepers. No. Liches. There must be something which could aid our cause. Manticores. Mimics. Minotaur. Mites. Mummies. Nyx. Let's see. At the start of battle, enemies are scorned or silenced. After an ally dies, this creature attacks 4 random enemies. Delusion Occultist. Well, sadly that was not what I was looking for. Paragons. Phase Warriors. Phoenixes. Well, resurrect effects. Definitely should check this also out for the Inquisitor at some point. Pillwiz are about bleeding effects. Pitworms. Damage. debuff strats for the Pit Wraiths. Plague Doctors. Well, no. Priests are just straight out buffers. Could use the War Priest in one way or another. Purgast. Your creatures have a chance to maintain their invisible buff after they act. That's a keeper. I want that. So page 24. For some reason the game doesn't remember where you were, but that's a really, really good trait. I want that. I really want that. So, Ravens. Since the whole squad starts out with invisibility, that's just what I want to see. Salamanders, they're all about spellcasting. While this creature has more than 95... Oh, this thing. Satyrs, they are good limiters. Shamblers, utilizing that blight as like crazy. Shapeshifters. Sins. No. Slimes. I think Slimes had a different... They were... This creature always is cursed. What? After this creature gains a buff, your other creatures that don't have this trait gain a copy of this buff as well. Okay. Let's see. They're all about sharing stuff. Smiths. And your creatures attack, they deal 50% additional damage equal. Okay. That's, your creatures share 15% of their artifacts bonuses from attack with each other. Yeah. Gain buff on damage. Activate debuff on damage. Yeah, sure. In a way interesting, but in a way also very generic. And problem I got with these guys is those are just generic stats. They are not really making your strategy work better. So they enhance your general stats, but they're not giving you really an edge or a direction. Poison, all about poison. Yeah, sure. We need something with invisibility here. Mind Flayers. Oh, sorry, Soul Flayers, of course. Spark Tail. They are all about retaliation damage. Debuffs and stuffs on the Spectres. Spirits. Well, I'm utilizing spirits on my Inquisitor, so I'm pretty sure they're not what I'm looking for. Party I'm using at the moment boosts defense a lot and converts defense to damage. Yeah, that's a solid choice. Just want to see if there's anything that interacts with invisibility better. Because, you know, there's usually a creature for every strategy, in a way. Valkyries. Void Lords, they're all about utilizing the repelling trait. Waspits. Watchers. Wights. Wisps. Whelpertingers. But doesn't look like I... No, okay. That's quite unusual. Usually I know better what I want to have at the end of one tour through the roster. Oh dear. Well then, we're going to take a Fused Smith. So, let's see. Which ones to take? So the Death Crafter and the Brimsmith. Let's take these. Aren't your creatures only invisible for 1 turn or until they act? Yes. Yes. Usually that is like that, but I'm using the Purghast for that. I guess this squad is all about an Alpha Strike. In a way. So, let's... Brimsmith goes... Well, okay, wait a sec. Let's see. Which one do I want to keep? I'll try this game out, might ignite a passion for these type of games. It's really one of... I really enjoyed that one. It's pretty grindy. That's the only thing I really gotta say about it. And it has a pretty weird sense of humor. Either you love it or you'll hate it. I love it. But I can only recommend this game. Now... So... This guy has the chance that my creatures can maintain their invisible buff after they act. So I have a certain interest in keeping the invisible stat alive, because we deal 100% more damage while we're invisible. That's quite a lot, you know. That's why I found it quite interesting. Now I need to find something to fuse into that Purghast somehow. I'm just confused that we don't have any invisibility interaction creatures here at all. But that means I still have 1 slot open. We could just start out with Arcane on all our critters. I mean, that would give me a free spell cast on every fight to begin with. That would be pretty cool. I mean, there's nothing wrong about 1 free spell cast to begin with. If you like to experiment with new ideas and tinker around with builds, this game's just one of the best to get right now. Because it is like the 4th game of a long series. If you have 1 slot open, I recommend a healer or sacred element. Yeah, something to heal with, actually. Actually, that's smart. Actually, that's smart to say that. Well, whatever, I'll run that Grimoire. I really like that. So, let's fuse that Grimoire with the Purghast. And then let's see how the strategy works out. Here. Grimoire. Funky colors. Bang. Now let's just level up those guys. And... got... Today's guys are attackers, and this guy is not... Well, we're going to make him we're going to turn him into an attacker. And this guy here is definitely a spellcaster. Okay. I think I unequipped all it. Oh no, not all artifacts right now. Good. Here we go. Let's see how this works out right now. We only need to add some spell gems into this guy. Do I have something? Oh, Dispel. That's a good one. But not really good to deal damage with. So let's see. Void Flare. No. Just something, some simple nuke. Steel Storm. Here we go. Alright, let's make that default selection. And strategy is spellcasting. The This guy goes first. Okay. Well, let's try that out. I mean, I would need to assign some proper spellcasting gems. I would need to make some resurrection gems with the right elements and stuff. But hello there. That was quite powerful. So, turns out this just instant nukes everything. Okay, looks like we're now on a better way. Compared to my last attempt, I think we need to go into a more difficult realm now. And also, I think it's about time to decide what kind of perks we also pick here. So, trick slots are more powerful. Any random effects that fail to occur are re-rolled. Wow, that's so powerful. Rebound, extra chance to crit, extra chance to ignore dodge on the enemy side is way more fun. Okay. So yeah, that's just not... What level are the enemies and my own monsters? I think the difference right now is quite obscene. These guys are... My guys are 261. Let's check out the enemies. We are way too strong for that. Well, they don't allow me to act. So, let's see. 156, so that's 100 levels of difference there. But this is a good sign, that means we can go deeper. But, you know, the last time we went down there, I had actually some kind of problems with clearing out these guys, so we definitely made some progression here. And the good news is you almost acquired the same amount of brimstone for nailing down these guys compared to higher level enemies. Well, there's only 112 brimstone in it right now, but it's mostly because I have forfeit a while ago. Okay, now let's finish this real quick. Oh, they survived one more go. So we nuke away most of the enemies in one go. That's really good. So I'd say for the next one we just go maximum depth -1, and let's see what that'll do. Pretty sure I will lose too many critters and I will need to amp up my defenses in a way to make things work out again. That's what I think that'll happen. I'm avoiding these extra fights right now because we got bigger fish to fry. I'm out of brimstone again. Yeah, I know. Brimstone is kind of like a pretty nasty bottleneck. I started a few farming strategies lately, and they're working out quite decently. Maybe I will make a little video about it. I'm using the divination candle a lot. Especially if you have a team which can one-shot enemies very good, you can farm very nicely with the divination candle there. Because with the divination candle you can invite really weak enemies, and oh, we're all confused, all except the Perghast. So that's a lot of damage. Holy. Okay, that thing just nukes everything. Ah, here we go. First guy is down. So that's what happens when we have some dead people at the beginning. So we feature a pretty high damage profile, but I think right now the resilience of that squad is rather meh. And we seem also to be rather slow. But that 100% extra damage while we're invisible is just brutally strong. Yeah, the creatures deal more damage while they're invisible. And with that extra chance of staying invisible after acting, things are even worse, you know. Yeah, we're arcane after all. Bang. Okay, not bad. So, looks like we should go for the deepest level. I didn't expect such an insane damage output. It's definitely very noticeable here. Because there's, I didn't really do much there. Sure, the artifact on the Perghast ain't that bad. It's, oh, it has even one stat slot open. And, okay, this guy also has an increased amount of intelligence. But, you know, I didn't really tweak a lot here. Oops. Didn't really realize that it was, Riddle Gnome time. Oh, whoa. Oopsie. We're silenced. We're all silenced. Yeah, so if anybody would ever survive long enough, we would be triggering the disarm combo. So probably I should consider some spell that makes enemies disarmed. It could be useful too. Oh, there's a cat that wants to go outside. So I'll do him the favor as soon as I have cleared out this realm. Okay, didn't expect to be that successful with just a few adjustments there. And we got fuse slots open on the slimes like crazy, so I don't even really know what to slot right now. So that's a good thing, you know. Oh no, not the shop again. Oh, I found enough resources. Yay! This is so good. Usually I hit these shops with not enough resources in pocket to buy something. At the start of Battle 3 of your creatures gain rebirth. Hell yeah, I want that. No second thoughts. Creatures take 30% less damage from spells for each enemy that is afflicted with cursed. Okay. Chance to afflict with cursed souls. When this creature attacks, it deals additional damage equal to its current health. Yeah, that one is cool, isn't it? I think it's a perfect fit for a lot of builds. After this creature dies, it grants to Imlings. Yeah, sure. Moonglaive. After this creature attacks, it deals damage to a random enemy. Okay, hunter stuff. Timeline order is determined by a creature's attack rather than their speed. Creatures take 15% less damage for each debuff they have. Well, nope. Nopedy nope. So, let's get to this place. Come on, a little bit of patience, little boy. So, since my cat is really grown impatient, I'm going to fetch myself some tea and let him out there. I'm ready to sacrifice the thing with one auto revive. Ooh, sexy. I'm gonna be right back. Because everything is better with tea. Thank you, Joe. The best part about it today is that I'm actually able to taste what kind of tea I'm drinking again. That's really a relief, because I lost way too much of my taste the last few days. And I don't know, ever since that stupid COVID stuff is over the world, I have really a lot of trouble to be calm whenever I have a cold. My boy won't sleep again, have to bail. Oh man, I feel it. My boy has so much trouble with sleeping too. Good luck, man. Good luck. Favorite time of tea time. Yeah, I'm a tea addict since a long time. You look and sound a lot better than today. Yeah. Thanks, mate. I also feel a lot better. In the morning hours, I had a terrible headache, but as soon as that went away, almost using my nose is almost not runny anymore, so we good again. Hope my creativity will come back soon again too. That was the worst part about it, because you know, gaming and recording isn't that much of a problem while I'm a little bit ill, but finding good ideas. The ideas were that problem. No chance. Almost had no ideas last week. It's just like Pokemon. Hey Nick. Yeah, not really, since the emphasis is not so much about monster catching. This game is more like has a stronger emphasis on team building and maxing out your creatures and powering them up to insane levels. This is more like, if this is like Pokemon, it is like a crossover of something like Dragon Balls, or insert your random power creep anime into it. I don't know, Pokemon ain't power creepy enough. It's a more mature take on the genre, in my opinion. I don't know, it's hard to tell, because most of that Pokemon stuff just went past me. I never was too much into Pokemon. When that was a thing, I was already grown out of it, so... Sadly, I really do enjoy some good hype, and considering how much impact it had on the pop culture of the kids, it must be good stuff. You don't watch anime? Yeah, I can understand that. I love anime, but I hate all the fillers and the unnecessary time they take. How old I am? Well, 36 years young right now. I wonder what you guys were thinking how old I was, but... Back when I was younger, people were always thinking I was younger, so I wonder how it is these days. I was often taken younger than I was. So I need more ways to apply disarm on my enemies. My whole squad is based around that, but somehow my guy doesn't get attacked enough. So there we go. Still super surprised about the power of the Alpha Strike here. We're just annihilating them. This is surprising for me. Didn't expect that much of a direct impact. The only bad thing is that my tea is way too hot to drink. Maybe you could fuse that slime with something that provokes attacks. Well, I thought when creatures are provoking, they naturally intercept attacks, but I think I was wrong. I think some of those Valkyries or other critters have a built-in intercept functionality. Wasn't there something like that? I vaguely remember some live creatures featuring such intercept functionalities. That would be really a thing for this squad. One of the bolts? What kind of race was that? Bulls? Well, we will check that out once we're back home. Goliath Mandible. Ooh. After this creature is attacked, it afflicts the enemy with snared. Okay. Aphis. Well, the thing is, we need to be careful. It needs to be something which makes it so that this creature gets attacked. That's really important, because the thing will only go off when the creature gets attacked, and not when it takes damage for somebody else. That's the difference, sadly, I think. Valkyrie has a 50% damage of incoming attacks. Dang, that won't work either. I was so sure that there was some Knight type unit that had a trait which made them intercept attacks for their buddies, but that won't work either then. So I would need something which made them start the fight with in a provoking stance. I think that would help. See ya, Cerno, and nice that you stopped by. Have a good time, mate. Gonna be back for more tomorrow, so hope you can stop by as well. 8 Carnifex. Well, what's going on? Nothing too special, just a chill pill stream tonight. Enjoying that I finally feel alive again. Something like that. Enjoying that my neighbors are finally asleep. They're not trampling anymore. Glad that I convinced my wife to convince my parents-in-law not to visit us over the Easter time. Stuff. I mean, usually I wouldn't be like that. I don't like them too much, but I'm totally fine with them loving my son and spending time with him. But, well, it's wave 3 for us in Germany. COVID wave 3. Completely normal. Well, you know, usually I really want my kid to enjoy his grandparents, because my relationship with my grandparents was really bad. The grandparents I wanted to know were already dead, and the grandparents I didn't want to know were still around. So that's just the long story short. But yeah, I don't want anybody traveling around now when we have such crazy COVID numbers now. Asura Sigil. Your Asuras on hit on critical effects activate 2 additional times. That's triple. That's a triple proc. Yikes. It's pretty strong. Ophens. They were life creatures. Alright, Master of the Azuras. That's cool. That's really cool. And how about you, Carnifex? I hope you had a nice day. It has been Monday after all. Okay, we got that. So, highest depth so far, no biggie at all. We even destroyed the Master. Easy. I didn't expect that. Just farming cards, building teams. The good life. The good life. I'm waiting for the card farming era as well. I think the divination candle is the best thing to do for the card farming. I'm here trying out the Trickster tonight, mainly because of the Goblet of Trials, because I really enjoy the goblet to try out new stuffs. Okay, now let's check out. I thought I had something in my sights that had a intercept mechanic. Those cards, they are so OP. I can't wait for that. This creature and the creatures adjacent to this creature always have taunting and defensive. I think taunting and defensive would only let them end their turns with this. Well, here I thought one of the unicorns had something like that. No, the unicorns have only... No, that's just an intercept in case of death. Not usable, not usable. Okay. How do these things? Finally got all the griffins. Doubles currency after battles. Oh my god. Yeah, that's so smart. Thanks for that idea. Because I really think currency grind is really difficult. At the end of their turn. Yeah, that's what I thought. Dang. That won't work either. So... there's only one thing... Oh yeah, let's do this. For the lols. I'll just fuse a mimic into this big boy. No, really, why was it moving? Do you think they will add PvP to the game? Well, I think it's going to be a pseudo or pseudo, well, how's it pronounced? Whatever. Way of PvP where the squads you are playing get enlisted, but the AI gets to play them. I'm pretty sure it will be something like that. If it gets implemented. It will use the players' builds, and it will put them on against each other. So, sort by... okay, whatever. Here, I want to fuse the Blobarian with the Mimic. There we go. Ooh, I like the red tone. So, if I can't get this guy... I hope it was the right one. Yeah. Level difference would be cancelled out as well, I think. Yeah, well, you would need to balance everything out on one identical level on each other. So PvP would be happening with all people with the same, with all critters on the same levels, I'd say. Okay. Now, oh, I need to change the default action again. Obviously, it's the wrong one. PvP sounds like a lot of fun in this game. Well, possibly. But I don't know if there's too many strategies that are just no fun to play against. Because my experience with games like these was often like there are a handful of super OP strategies and people grind them out as hell when they notice that they are super OP. And then the whole PvP is just filled with, I don't know, 6 different builds and everybody's doing the same stuff. That's what happened quite often in my experiences with PvP and games like these, so I wouldn't be too excited to begin with. Maybe that sounds a little bit negative, but don't know. It's just my experiences with PvP communities. So, also, the Blobarian works out a charm. Fused with the Mimic, I can always send him provoking first. Easy. Just to challenge friends, yeah. I mean, like I said, I might sound a little bit negative about that. It's just, this seems like an old game. Yeah, retro feeling is intentional there. It's exactly what would happen, except of 6 builds it would be like 2 right now. Yeah, that's just, gamers, when they go competitive, they turn into min-maxers so quick. It's amazing. So let's increase the knowledge of critters I don't have too much knowledge in yet. So basically what I started to do... Can we expect Rimworld today? No, sir, I'm sorry. RimWorld will be done, I don't know, either, well, don't think tomorrow, Wednesday? Wednesday or Thursday, I guess, will be the next on-air time for that. Really need a little bit of a break today. Okay, that's just smashing. Awesome. And the divination candle mobs are just so good to farm up currency and farm up cards, farm up knowledge of the enemies, and they're almost always a easy nuke. But I'm pretty surprised about the firepower here in general. I mean, the combo is quite sick. We are provoking the enemies to attack either their friends or my disarm critter. Maybe I would be actually considering turning off the confusion trait, but no, actually not. Just don't know how confusion and provoke interact with each other. Like, can a confused enemy attack something else than the provoking creature on my side? Or can he only either attack my provoking creature or his buddies? That's a pretty tricky question, I think. Yeah, okay. We need to descend. Crazy. Pit Wraith Master. Ooh. I wanted to have a Pit Wraith assortment. So, what's the Master of the Pit Wraiths doing? If all the creatures in your party are Pit Wraiths, they are resistant to debuffs. Okay, that's pretty underwhelming. But it only sounds underwhelming. Many of my very successful runs have been just annihilated by simple debuffs. That has been quite often the case. Wow, why is this so strong? Like, for real. It feels like the enhancers, the enhancement of artifact stat gain and the extra damage on invisibility just fuses into some crazy powerful alpha strike here. The race of that intercepting bull is called Apis. Okay. Maybe I'm going to try that out as well, instead of the Mimic. And put the Mimic somewhere else. I mean, I would need to reforge that one creature, but what the heck. It's not that much of an issue, honestly. But where's that doubloon? And thanks, Joran, for looking that one up. I'm going to check this out now. I got a project to turn in. Oh, the experiment got finished. So, seriously, that's all we get for that? Okay. Not too surprised, overwhelmed, whatever. So, this creature intercepts enemies' attacks on its allies. Yeah, that's exactly what I would want to have. So, the Apis Defender. Well, I don't think I have new concoctions to use, so we have to get into a certain realm for that, because I really feel like this is the better way of doing it. How do you go about the prophecy, though? Try fill all lines? No. Usually I go to try to fill at least 3 lines. If that's not possible, I go for 2 lines, because, well, I feel like it's better to turn that stuff in more often without going crazy about it. Here, concoctions. Instead of going crazy and having no fun with it, because for me it's a pretty fun disrupting thing, honestly. My god. We're even destroying the guys here easily. And due to the arcane buff, these spells just don't cost nothing. Trying to fill it once and see what the difference is. Yeah, okay. That's pretty smart. I haven't done that yet myself. Probably should have done that. Here we go. Gray rice cake. What the heck? Oh, a trait thingy. After your creatures are attacked, they gain 20% defense. It's powerful. It's really powerful. So let's see if we can beat down another boss here with that combo. Also, is that creature here... Wait a sec. This guy was a spellcaster. Okay, he has it configured correctly. Just wanted to make sure. I think probably tomorrow I want to go for my Immortal Sect stream again. Either that or some Grim Dawn, I haven't fully decided yet. But I really wanted to give my Immortals another go. Okay. So... I'm not really convinced that I'm playing out the full potential of this that I'm using the full potential there of this combo here. Scourge Nature. Okay. Chaos Inoculation. No, we don't want to forfeit. Too silly. Yeah, these guys, let's see. Why is he so tanky? 13,000 defense. How and when did that happen? Well, let's provoke it. Sadly, I don't know a lot of other things that interact with Disarmed. Well, yeah. I mean, the disables are really nasty. I mean, this squad basically instantaneously disables enemies in a crazy way. I mean, everything that attacks our friends here gets scorned or silenced immediately. They start out confused. My team is invisible. It's just a lot of barriers to surpass at the beginning of a fight. But I feel like the big weakness here should be when fights drag out longer. I can't imagine that this is good against in longer scenarios, but that's mostly because my spell gems aren't adjusted to that. I think for longer fights, the Trickster will need to invest quite heavy into... No, I don't want it to leave. Okay. You need to invest quite heavily into spell gems and artifacts. I think a high artifact level is, for the Trickster, super important. Possibly more important than with a lot of other classes. There we go. So I got the did we find the master down here already? I think it was the pit wraith guy. Or was it? Lost track of it a little bit here. Well, for me it's very important too because I use smiths and crafters. Yeah, I see. Well, I didn't use them as of yet exactly because of that reason. Because I don't like units that are too reliant on certain items, artifact power. I mean, everybody can decide for himself. But for me that was too resource intense. But I mean, I know how it works when you're struck with an idea and you want to make it work. Then make it work. Here, Doom Fortress Master. I knew that I didn't meet the master down here. So, okay, a bunch of fortresses. That's weird. Still melting them down for now. Oh my god! What have we done to them? Sigil of the Doom Fortress. Your creatures deal 15% more damage for each Doom Fortress fighting on your side. That's a cool trait. That's really a cool trait. Grinded 50 emblems for my first tribalist party way in the beginning. Oh my god. You are a grind resilient creature, my friend. I'm impressed. I'm truly impressed. So, let's see. Let's have some chocolate and check out what we can do here. I mean, a unicorn vivifier would be a nice thing here to have. Just some random resurrection. But I'm not down. I don't want to repeat the same trick over and over, you know. I enjoy grinding as long as it feels rewarding in the end. Yeah, I always feel like as long as I have a good goal in mind why I'm doing that, I love the grind. No! Oh man, Joe, I'm feeling so sad for you. This will cost you so much time. Crusaders, maybe. No. Difficult. Really, really difficult. Okay. Grimoires. Not really a thing. Harpies are all about blindness. I mean, there has to be something that just will work out decently with our strategy so far. I can't imagine that there's nothing. That's really sad. So you'll have to send them in and get some new ones, eh? They were cheap. Yeah, well. I'm glad to say the seller is taking them back. New server gear is pricey, yeah. Well, I'm not too experienced with that, but I can't imagine. So this trait is a very, very powerful one. Yeah, let's take that. Let's take the Might Grave Digger. I really like that one. It's not too reliable, but it is pretty powerful. The server I bought cost about £300. Knew it would be like £10,000. Alrighty, Pop. Thanks for staying around, and see you tomorrow or something like that. Hope you have a good time until then. Thanks for stopping by, nevertheless. We could just crank it up and build in an Emerald Paragon for even more damage, but I think that would be just too much. Here, so mites. Good night. Well, well, well. I do like what I have right now, but it's going to be the last fusion. Or do we have 2 more fusions? I can't tell right now. Well, priests. At the start of these creature turns. Oh yeah, let's go for the Priest of Light. Just some sustain tricks. I like that. I really like that. Easy sustain tricks. So, the Priest of Light and the Might Grave Digger. Wonderful. That's just such good stuff here. Alright, let's fuse the Glooptiator with the Priest of Light. And the I got that many left? Wow. Mystery Mucus with where we go. Got the Priest and the Might. We are looking for the Might here. Wow, funky colors. Okay, now creature-wise, we got 1 fuse slot left. Okay, good stuff. Just some basic sustain tricks for my peeps here. I just want to make sure that it's not that easy to one-shot this squad. I'm not sure if these tricks were working out as intended, but doing my best here. So, yeah, it works out perfectly. If they're not attacking each other, they're just smacking my Provokey Slime. Maybe it wasn't, you know, Hjoran, now that I think about it, I think it was smarter to do it like this, out of a simple reason. If I would have went for a strategy without the provoke thing, the enemies wouldn't be able to attack him because he's invisible at the beginning of a fight. This way they get a chance of attacking him, because I just realized if that guy would be... Wait a sec. Why do they have their planets not... Oh, because they changed their elements. Silly me. So if I would use the bull creature, this guy would be still invisible and can't attack, or can't be attacked. I guess that would be a problem, actually. And Joe went into lurking mode. I won't be staying that much longer here either. I think I'm going to take down the next nether boss, and then I'm going to pack my things for today as well. I wanted to keep today's stream a little bit shorter. I didn't think about it to begin with here, honestly, Hjoran. Really didn't notice that. So yeah, some of them get to keep their invisibility a little bit longer, and they just hit like a truck. These guys just hit like a truck. I'm quite happy with it. I'm not so happy with the fact that I lost my spellcast nuke, or my secondary spellcast nuke, but whatever. We do deal a lot of damage, nevertheless. I mean, I don't really realize that this is the max depth I'm at so far. Like, these enemies don't really feel stronger than any other fight here so far. Gorgons, okay. Good old stoners. Jeez. 55k? Wow. I'm already at Gorgon Mastery 3. Masteries are pretty cool because they also make the usage of that specific race a lot more useful for yourself as well. Oh, it's a... I know what's happening here. I bet this is one of those formations where we can only kill the last guy as soon as the rest of his squad is gone. Yeah. That's what's happening here. Oh, come on, get a life, dude. Stop spamming that resurrection, you fool. There we go. Now... Wow. Oh, a treasure. Oh, sadly, I didn't get too much for that. Okay, Nether boss, Lloyd. Oh man, I should stop to summon the same realm over and over again. I only went here once because I wanted the concoction monsters, but then I forgot to swap again. And the Gonforian realm is actually one of my least favorite ones. Just forgot that we're stuck in there. So, same recipe still applies. Really do like that disable when they start attacking me as well. Because this squad might be not too good at long-term resilience or survivability, but I feel like they have a decent chance of surviving just long enough to get the job done and nuke everything away. Past that, I feel like if I would want to go for a advanced strategy... Ooh, devils. if I would want to go for a advanced strategy with the Trickster, I definitely need to dive deeper into the artifact setups here, because I really feel like with the artifacts I don't do a decent job as of yet. That's where I could really increase my performance still a lot. Increases the additional damage granted by your Devil's innate traits from 200 to 300%. Okay. Well, not a big fan actually, but I'm not a big fan of the Devils in general. Although the Devils, their trait dealing extra damage to certain classes and races. There are so many spells and tricks which enable you to manipulate the enemy classes and races. Something to play around with. So, all right. We met Lloyd before. After an enemy attacks, they are afflicted with Scorned. After an enemy casts a spell, they are afflicted with Silenced. Okay. How annoying is that? It's just as annoying as me. Fascinating. This guy's just like me. Let's kill it. Jeez. Why are we so powerful, mate? So, Warp Reality. Target's barrier shatters. Well, if I only had an enemy with a barrier up. Yay, cost some barriers. So rather stay defending when your critter is confused, especially the spellcasters. Okay. Defend one more time. Sure, this is definitely way harder than before, but no, I don't want to defend. Okay, now Steel Storm, please. Why are these guys not dying, by the way? Gains. Yeah, sure. Interesting. So we won't be able to take down that guy just like that. That's annoying. Alright, let's roll through with the attacks there. I mean, basically whenever one of my peeps dies, I get a new chance. Target takes moderate amount of damage twice. Okay, never mind. So we're right now just trying to chew through these endless amounts of HP and armor there. It's a very unfortunate thing that we have encountered this enemy there. It's quite ironic that this this regular critter here is now way more of a problem than anything else there on the enemy side. So literally none of these enemies is as much of a problem compared to this one creature there. So that's ironic. But we're just getting slaughtered by this guy, because every time he got attacked, his attack... no, it's not a nemesis. He's just a regular critter. Just a regular critter. With that stupid trait that he gains attack and gains health whenever he gets attacked, so... He already stacked up crap tons of attack and HP because of that. It's quite stupid, actually. So... we had 0 problems taking down the Nether boss. We just had a very unlucky roll on his minion monster there. What a piece of BS. Sorry, but Sure thing. Well, let's do that again. I mean, the good news about that is it gives me the chance to just farm that boss twice. I mean, the master on this floor. But I don't know, the combination of healing and attack gain sure sounds a little bit funky to me, and I don't know, that didn't feel too healthy, that interaction. This felt like this enemy worked like, either you one-shot me or I'll just kill you. Or spellcast. Spellcast would have worked too, but I don't know. It was one of the weirdest enemies I've faced in a bad way in this game so far. That's some new music here. I don't know if it's just me at this point, but an enemy that gains 40% of the damage dealt as healing and a portion of that as extra attack endlessly. I don't know. It's too synergistic, you know. It's just my impression. But I guess I was just unlucky because of that stuff just working really good against my combo. So, I want to meet the master here on this level before going into the nether boss portal there. Just feels so stupid when you're beating the actual nether boss during the first 2 turns and die horribly slow to a random critter in his team. Makes you wonder who should be the boss in that squad. I guess there are ways to avoid this skill. Yeah, of course they are. But I don't know. I really feel like the Gonforian realm has a lot of critters which I feel are just not okay. Like, either is their damage reduction too high, or their absorption of the enemy movements too much. I feel like, from my impression, the Gonforian realm feels the worst. Feels like it has the worst balancing from all the realms. Just my impression. Maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. I'm not that experienced with this game to really make solid statements about that. But I always struggled with, no matter what combo, most with the Gonforian monsters and random squads I faced there. That's one thing I know for sure. Oh no, I wanted to check out the Sanctuses. Oh, okay. Just forgot to check them out now. Oopsie. I mean, the easiest way to counteract that skill is just to cast spells at the Minotaur, because his trait only gets attacked when he attacks, gets activated when he attacks. Well, problems would be too much, but like taking forever to kill enemies, and what happened in Gonforian realms were 2 things. First, enemies took forever to die. And the second thing, my units were exploding for hard to understand reasons, because there was a lot of damage reflection in that realm going on. Mostly those were the reasons behind that. But yeah, we're scoring from the boss there. Alright. Kitty Cat, Steel Storms. I mean, instabilities make everything go crazy, from my experiences. More Steel Storm, more Steel Storm. Nemesis creature in unstable realms, they can be very nasty. Yeah, well, Nemesis creatures in general are quite uncomfortable. Yeah, so you see here, I'm just melting down those critters with no problem. That was just a super unlucky thing there. Oh, come on. Tons of defense again? No. Okay. Just unlucky rolls there. Why? Why are we dealing almost no damage anymore? Why is our attack that low? Jeez. Okay. Come on, give me something. No. Spectral swords. Arf. I had one that could only take 10% of max HP and damage, plus they were undying. Oh, okay. Great. Sounds just absolutely great. So, let's see. Oh, come on. Seriously? Yet another of these enemies that just are painfully, stupidly hard to kill for no particular reason at all. I really feel like stat debuffs should last not indefinitely. Because right now, this guy has lost. It's just about my patience with it. Like, I don't know why stat debuffs are allowed to last indefinitely. It's just very unhealthy at this point. No, didn't want to defend. I mean, what the heck is going wrong here? Because we're not really... This is the second time that the Nether boss fight is just being hijacked by a random mob just not dying. I mean, this time at least this thing is not growing stronger, so it's just a patience game until the battle exhaustion is winning this for me. But this is just a perfect example for why stat decreases should be nullified at some point, because there's right now no real reason for that happening as it is happening. It doesn't add anything into the game, it just is damn tedious. So, yeah, I think I'm going to say goodbye with this one here. I mean, at some point it will die. We should... This thing has 44k HP? Oh. Yeah, this will take a little bit longer, but I won't be giving up at this point, only because that thing has a lot of HP. Oh. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, everybody who's still hanging around. I had a great time tonight, even though we had a smaller audience tonight, but I don't care too much about that. I hope everybody will have a good night, and tomorrow, well, I'm open for ideas, you guys, about games you guys want to see. I think ACS or Grim Dawn are right now my big favorites for tomorrow. And until then, have a good night, and I'll just kill that thing sometime sooner or later. We're at 160% extra damage now. See you guys, bye bye!